There's a big problem in the UFC. Fighters are waiting and crying for title shots that they do not deserve. Justin Gaethje is coming off of one win against a guy who is elite, but he is coming off of a loss, and prior to that, he had the worst performance against Khabib. I know Khabib beats everyone, but Khabib never ever beat anyone like how he did against Justin Gaethje. He needed less than a minute to put Justin Gaethje to sleep on the ground. You look at the control time, 55 seconds, and he put Justin Gaethje to sleep. Worst performance, got finished in the second round. He's the interim champion. And then you got Islam waiting for his title shot, even though he is on a nice win streak. He beat number 6, Dan Hooker, who is a striker who can't crack the top 5. Dan Hooker is a striker. Islam is a grappler. The styles does not mix up well. It was a good thing Islam ran through him, but he needs one more in my opinion. Yuri Prokoshka, waiting after beating Reyes. Reyes is a good win. He knocked him out too, but you got Rakic in the mix, who is deserving of a title shot too. So why don't you guys fight each other to eliminate the options and have a true number 1 contender? And then you got Leon Edwards crying for a title shot, even though he's on a 9-fight win streak. Same boat as Islam Makhachev, but he's coming off of a win against Nate Diaz, unranked Nate Diaz, undersized, and he almost got knocked out by Nate Diaz. But I do understand Leon Edwards does have bad luck. Everyone can agree on that. I agree with the people too, but also the community likes to say that the UFC is doing this man dirty. The UFC is not doing anything to this man but helping this guy. The UFC does not control any bad luck. They don't control if a pandemic goes on, but they do control if they're going to offer him fights. And they're offering people like Nate Diaz, Bilal Muhammad, Jorge Masvidal, Tyron Woodley at the time, before the pandemic. So the UFC is trying to help him out. The fighters are also trying to help him out by calling him out. So, yeah, he still needs one more win in my opinion. But a lot of people are saying that they should just give Leon Edwards the title shot because Jorge got a title shot. He got 2 title shots. Kobe got a title shot after beating Woodley, who's number 5 and now out of the UFC, lost to Jake Paul in a boxing match. Michael Chandler got a title shot after beating Dan Hooker, but Islam doesn't. Guys, first of all, let's not normalize that. Let's not just give people title shots because other people got title shots who weren't really deserving, but they're the last option. Jorge Masvidal was a backup option in the first fight, and then in the second fight, I think it was BS, but a little bit understandable that during that time, they're the first sport back to bring full crowds, and they wanted to make a statement to all the other sports, all the other entertainment businesses, sell out a whole venue, and why not use a star, especially when they had it in Miami, where Jorge is. He's going to get a lot of people to come, sell out the whole arena, and he did. But still, I understand that title shot was BS. But Kobe getting a title shot, he was actually the only best choice because Usman wanted to stay active, but you had Burns coming off a loss, and you had Leon Edwards coming off of a win against said Nate Diaz that almost finished him. Terrible performance on Leon Edwards' part, even though he was dominating for 24 minutes. As the number 3 ranked guy, you should absolutely obliterate the unranked lightweight guy. Don't let him get a single chance of winning. Don't even let him win a single round. But Leon Edwards did. So you look at the top 3 guys, 1 coming off a loss, 2 coming off wins, but 1 has a win over Woodley, number 5 at the time, and 1 had a win over Nate Diaz, who was unranked. So you had to go with Kobe. Usman wanted to stay active. And then Michael Chandler getting the shot after beating Dan Hooker. He was the last choice. People don't realize this. They tried to ask Dustin Poirier, but Dustin Poirier was chasing the McGregor money, and they couldn't ask Justin Gaethje because he got absolutely obliterated against the former champ. And if Justin Gaethje won the belt, it's going to make it look like the division has not moved on at all. So at that time, the state of the top 5, you had 2 guys coming off losses, and you had 3 guys coming off wins. The 2 guys coming off losses were Gaethje and Ferguson. eliminate those guys. And then you got Poirier, Oliveira, and Chandler. All three of them coming off wins, good wins. But Poirier didn't want to fight for the belt. He wanted to chase the McGregor money. And then boom, you have the two guys left, Oliveira versus Chandler. And that's what happened. But all of this could have been avoided if Justin Gaethje just chose to fight, be active, and not sit on the side crying about his title shot, even though he got absolutely obliterated. But anyways, back to the present. How could we fix this? Let's just do Justin Gaethje versus Islam Makhachev for the #1 contender. Or you can do Beneil or the loser of Oliveira and Poirier. Just one more win in the top 5 for Islam, Justin, and Beneil. They get a title shot. For the light heavyweight division, I know this is not going to happen, but it should have been Jiri versus Rakic for the #1 contender spot. It makes perfect sense. #2 versus #3 determines the #1 contender. And speaking of #2 versus #3, I think Leon Edwards should accept the fight against Gilbert Burns. This is the most ideal fight for a title shot. You have the #3 ranked guy in the world on a win streak, a #2 ranked guy in the world who is coming off of a win. Winner gets a title shot. Plus, Leon could win this matchup too, but he does not want to take any risk and decided that his family getting no income for 2.5 years was not enough. But man, come on, Leon. Fight Gilbert Burns. You can win. You have a good chance at winning. It's a good fight. You guys are high level, and you can get a title shot. Please, Leon, I do not want you to fight Kamaru Usman with the last image in everyone's mind of you almost getting knocked out by Nate Diaz. That's so terrible. You're going to be a massive underdog, and you're going to get humiliated in the press conference, and no one's going to respect you. He's going to be a massive... Kamaru Usman is going to be a massive favorite. No respect. It's just a lose-lose situation for you. And probably on top of all of that, your kids are going to get bullied at school. They're going to see pictures of their dad getting knocked out and almost knocked out by Nate Diaz. So come on, Leon Edwards. Do this for the company, for the fans, and for your family. You got a new contract. I'm pretty sure you said you're a millionaire, that you're probably going to get $500K to show, $500K to win. You're going to be bringing home big bucks for your family, and your family is going to be happy. And finally, their dad is not at home sitting around doing nothing for 2.5 years and almost getting knocked out by Nate Diaz. Come on. Just you taking on a fight is going to help every single person. That's all I got to say. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Peace.